for you. From Sonny's Market, you have a sunny day.
Now, if you have any questions for Sonny, just drop him a line here at the station. Post Office Box 1118, Miami 33138. And enclose a stamped, self-addressed envelope. Allow a few weeks for his response. He's right, those turnips are good in a salad dip. Vegetable dip.
Like you said last night, though, Sonny likes everything.
Except, what, collards?
Yeah, except collard
We
greens.
found one thing that he doesn't like.
Coming up later on Channel 7 News, a store filled with expensive furs goes up in flames. We'll have the story coming up on Channel 7 News at 5:30.
And coming up next, who's hot in Hollywood? We'll show you the films that could end up being Academy Award winners.
It's our biggest event. Thousands of cars and trucks priced for Toyota Pod. Even the hot new 1990 Celicas. Get big price savings on these 1990 Camrys costing less than 89 models. Get up to $1,000 rebates on these new Tercels. $1,000 on these Celicas. Hurry, all this could add up to big price reductions at Toyota dealers through January 3rd only.
The fun is on Toyota Fun.
After a day of battling on the front lines, the last thing you need is kitchen duty. So tonight on your way home, stop off at Pizza Hut and pick up a hot, delicious Pizza Hut pizza to go. And at the same time, go back to the future for a great stocking stuffer. Now bring the future back as a Christmas present. Buy a Pizza Hut pizza and get a pair of solar shades for only $1.99. But hurry, they're going like there's no tomorrow.
Pizza Hut, they get it great.
I got a friend who lives in a tree. I act like him, he acts like me. I got a friend with lots of hair. He's there at Metro Zoo. I see my buddies all the time. They run and jump, they hop and climb. We have fun and you can too down at Metro Zoo. M-E-T-R-O-Z-O-O Metro Zoo. It's the greatest one-day trip there is.
Red Tag Sale means rock-bottom prices.
This week and this week only, Coons Ford Hollywood and Courtesy Ford and Kendall have drastically slashed prices on over 1,000 new Ford cars and trucks.
Over 1,000.
Prices are clearly marked on hundreds of cars and trucks.
Save thousands on Mustangs, Rangers, Probes, Escorts, F-150s, Crown Vics, and Bronco.
We must drastically reduce this inventory before year-end Saturday night, December 30th.
We will not be undersold.
Remember, Red Tag means rock-bottom prices this week only at Courtesy Ford Kendall and Coons Ford Hollywood.
Unfortunately, something very bad is happening to the cost of a college education in America. Fortunately, you live in Florida.
She may look klutzy now.
Ow, she dances like a horse.
But Sunday night, Kelly Bundy will drive the audience wild. Married with Children.
Hi, I'm Bob Soper. Join me for the Junior Orange Bowl Parade this Friday at noon right in front of City Hall on Miracle Mile and Coral Gables. It's the perfect way to start your New Year's weekend.
Actor Tom Cruise is in the running for a Golden Globe Award, and for that, he tops our people in the news tonight. Cruise's latest film, Born on the 4th of July, was just released. Cruise stars in the film as a disabled Vietnam veteran, and apparently he's real good in the role because he's been nominated for a Best Actor award in the competition. He's not the only one up for an award. Sally Field also was nominated for her part in Steel Magnolias, and Meryl Streep managed to get her name in the race for her role in She-Devil. It's a big deal because the Golden Globes are thought of as a prelude or a warm-up to the Oscar Awards. The winners will be announced on January 20th.
I haven't seen any of them, have you?
No, they're all on my list, though.
We got to get out there.
That wraps up Channel 7 News at 5.
Rick Sanchez and Jane Akery are standing by to tell us what's coming up on Channel 7 News at 5:30.
All right, coming up on Channel 7 News at 5:30, a South Florida man is buried in Arlington Cemetery today after fighting for his country in Panama.
Abortions, measles, L-tryptophan, and smoking. 1989 was an incredible year in medicine. Health specialist Marilyn Mitchell will take a look back at the biggest challenges and discoveries of the year.
And Universal Studios is gearing up for its grand opening in Orlando. We're going to have a sneak peek at all the fun in a live report.
Those stories and much more coming up next.
And fade live from Channel 7, South Florida's news station. Denise White. Rick Sanchez. Weather with Bob Soper. And sports with Jim Barry. This is Channel 7 News at 5:30.
A South Florida man is laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery, a casualty of the American invasion of Panama. Good evening, I'm Jane Acree, sitting in for Denise White. Army Specialist Alejandro Manrique Lozano was buried today with full military honors.
The 30-year-old Lauderhill resident was one of the first American soldiers to fall, one of the first to die in the fighting last week in Panama. Channel 7's Washington correspondent Tom Cole has our first story.
Simple stone markers dot the snow-covered landscape. These are reminders of those Americans who died for their country. And this is where Army Specialist Alejandro Manrique Lozano has come to rest. The Peruvian-born Florida resident may end up being the only casualty of the Panama fighting to be buried here. It is a sore point with his family, who wanted their son and brother to be laid to rest in his native land.
Into your hands, Father of mercies, we commend our brother Alejandro, in the sure and certain hope that together with all who have died in Christ, he will rise with him on the last day. We give you thanks for the blessings which you bestowed upon him. In this life, they are signs to us of your goodness and of our fellowship with the saints in Christ.
A rifle company from the 3rd U.S. Infantry fired the traditional salute in the full military honors, and a lone bugler played taps.
Don't these actors have agents? Shouldn't they be finding new ones? Now, some flops are entirely understandable, like Old Gringo. What kind of odds would you give to a movie produced by Jane Fonda? As you'd expect, even with Gregory Peck, Old Gringo doesn't amount to a hill of refried beans. Naturally, any movie starring Mark Harmon is doomed, but the plot and script in Worth Winning are so awful you actually feel sorry for the guy. But spare no sympathy for Hulk Hogan, who delivered a drop kick to the acting profession in No Holds Barred. This dog makes Rocky look like an art film. Finally, last and least, Wired, a movie that murders the memory of John Belushi. If this confused clunker is the best they can do, they should have let Belushi and the audience rest in peace. Gosh, I wish I had more time to mention some of my other candidates. There certainly was no shortage. On the other hand, I'm sure that the 1990s will provide plenty more turkeys where these came from. And with that in mind, try to have a Happy New Year. I'm Henry Tenenbaum.
Henry's like the commercial. He hates everything.
What about that Southern sorority movie we saw?
I can't remember the name either, but that certainly deserves a mention on that list. Well, there's always next year. Maybe you'll like something. That does it for now. Dwight Lauderdale and Terry Merriman are up next with Eyewitness News at 6. Here's what's ahead. Bye-bye.
I'm Gilda Unruh in Dania. The Broward Sheriff's Department says 2 extremely dangerous men are under arrest, and this cache of ammunition and guns is off the streets. I'll have a report coming up.
I'm Brad Berkey in Miami. A change is coming designed to make Metro Rail safer.
I'm Steve Crowley. Coming up, money advice for single working parents. I'll have my Money Makeover series.
I'm Todd Tongan on a streetcar in New Orleans. The oldest continuous line that's still running. We'll have that next.
From Channel 10, this is Eyewitness News at 6. South Florida's #1 6 o'clock news with Ann Bishop, Dwight Lauderdale, Art Carlson's Health Beat, meteorologist Don Noe with weather, Cambrell Marshall with sports, and the Channel 10 Eyewitness News team.
Good evening. Ann Bishop is on vacation tonight. Terry Merriman joins me. And topping our news at 6, they were ready for war. That's what Broward sheriffs say of 2 men they have behind bars tonight. From our Broward Bureau, Eyewitness News reporter Gilda Unruh says the laundry list of their alleged activities crisscrosses the South.
Today, the Broward Sheriff's Office was showing off an arsenal of weapons confiscated last night following the arrest of 2 men they describe as extremely dangerous and ready for war.
Possibly these suspects probably were involved in contract killings, home invasion, robberies, burglaries, auto theft. All type of potential crimes are involved here from the evidence we have been able to confiscate.
Under arrest is 39-year-old Charles Ray Davis of Chatsworth, Georgia, and 45-year-old John A. Smith of Knoxville, Tennessee. Early last night, it was Smith who negotiated the sale of a MAC-10 machine gun in exchange for drugs with an undercover BSO detective at the Leo Motel in Dania. But Smith fled the motel before authorities could get the BSO SWAT team in place, leading them on a wild chase all the way from Dania to the Fort Lauderdale beach area.
He really attempted to run us over it was a heck of an impact. From his motions, shots were fired by the deputies, and we finally apprehended the individual.
Smith, who was carrying a 9mm semi-automatic pistol, sustained only 3 minor gunshot wounds. At the motel, police arrested Davis, who'd been monitoring the chase on sophisticated police scanners. Concealed inside the panels of Smith's stolen van, detectives found a hoard of ammunition, explosives, gun silencers, 2 automatic machine guns, 3 semi-automatic weapons, 1 with a silencer and a scope, fake driver's licenses and car registrations, camouflaged outfits, disguises, and a road map, evidently tracing their travels from Tennessee to Florida.
Authorities say they're not exactly certain what all of this was intended for, but they are certain that they have 2 extremely dangerous men behind bars tonight. In Dania, I'm Gilda Unruh, Channel 10 Eyewitness News.
Tonight, Metro-Dade police are investigating the mysterious death of an unidentified man. The victim is believed to be in his 70s and was found floating in the ocean off Miami Beach near Collins and 75th Street. Police say the man was fully clothed but was carrying no identification. An autopsy is being performed to figure out how he died. The mysterious disappearance of a Key Biscayne stockbroker has Miami police baffled. 45-year-old George Kenzel was last seen leaving his Miami office at Smith Barney on Tuesday morning. He told his wife and a co-worker he was going to get his car repaired, and that was the last they heard from him. Tonight, they fear the worst.
It's a worst-case scenario for Dade County Company. A big changeover in security at Metro rail stations could mean layoffs for hundreds of employees. And tonight, as Eyewitness News reporter Rad Berkey explains, that company is crying foul.
North Dade Security was a small minority-owned company until it won the giant contract for security along the 21-mile Metro rail system. But now North Dade Security has lost that contract to Wackenhut Security, whose officers are undergoing final training this week. The change, which was approved by the Dade County Commission, was prompted by the murders of 2 unarmed North Dade guards and by other violence this summer. The new Wackenhut guards will carry guns.
I think that they have to have a means of defense in the event that there is a problem.
For North Dade Security, the loss of the contract means the layoff of some 200 guards, most of whom are black. The general manager of the company says the decision to switch to Wackenhut was racial and that the commissioners manipulated the contract, a charge this commissioner denies.
I think there's a tremendous minority participation in this company and the commitment that this company has to that. But what we have to look at more than anything else is the security and the safety of the people who ride the system.
For North Dade guards like Mario Vital, the new year is less than bright. He has a family and a mortgage and expects he'll be looking for work when his Wackenhut replacement takes over.
If my company had a possibility to give me another job, I'd be a job, but if not, I don't know what I'll do.
The contract with Wackenhut will run for 3 years and will earn the company some $15 million. The new Wackenhut guards will all be in place here by New Year's Eve, a time when ridership on the system is the highest. And now officials hope it will also be the safest. In Miami, Rad Berkey, Channel 10 Eyewitness News.
A painful announcement from Eastern Airlines tonight.